All right, y'all. Well, again, we're just so happy to be here. My name is Sarah. This is my husband, Austin. And like Tim said, we are Chatham Rabbits from Central North Carolina. And this is only our second time playing in Maryland. Our first time was 2 nights ago in Baltimore. So we are new to the area, and we're really just so thankful that y'all wanted to spend your Saturday night with us. So our shows include a lot of storytelling, and we really try to break the fourth wall and just get to know people, and we want y'all to get to know us. So we'll share the story behind a lot of our songs, and we just hope y'all leave tonight feeling better than when you got here. That's the goal. Thanks. So I'm just curious, and I can't really see that great, but can you raise your hand? Can you raise your hand if this is your first time here at Stoltz Listening Room? Okay, awesome. So does that mean that you came to see us? Yes. That is so cool. That's so cool. We honestly, when we show up for shows in areas where we've never played, we have no clue if there's going to be one person or 100 people. Like it's always a surprise. So this is a happy surprise. This is great to see so many folks
I wish
here.
we had a venue this cool where we live.
I know.
Really, really special.
This is awesome. So if you get to know me, which I hope many of you will, and I hope we get to see y'all again, you will find out that I have a real tendency to be an overcommitter, and I have FOMO. I have extreme fear of missing out, and
She's a yes person.
I'm a yes person. I
don't receive that end of the personality.
Austin gets the no version, but playing music for a living, and we've been doing this now for 4 years, and it's really taught me that I cannot do that because the nature of our job is like we're so busy, we're never in the same place for very long, and I just cannot tell people that I'm going to be available or like that I'll help plan their baby shower or whatever. Like I just am not around, you know? So that's what this song is about, just about my tendency to overcommit and how I need to be better about that.
There's several songs about this problem.
Yes, there are. This is like a reoccurring theme, okay? This song is called This Year.
Ready?
When I see a car in East Virginia, I want to know who's behind the wheel. When I pass a cemetery, I want to know who's laying in the field. When I meet you after the show, there is so much that I want to know. Has your garden been good this year? Does the word of God bring you fear? Oh, I have changed so much this year. Yeah, I have changed so much this year. Well, I want to read your scrapbook. You can show me all the ones you took. Well, I want to learn your family's names. See your friends from your college days. And I'll spend time with you. When I say what I mean is true. And I let time slip away without coming up for errand days. But I have changed so much this year. Yeah, I have changed so much this year. Well, I stopped to pull turtle out the middle of the road, and I'm holding up someone from where they ought to go. I know my progress ain't always clear, but I have changed so much this year. Yeah, I have changed so much this year. When I see a car in East Virginia, I want to know who's behind the wheel. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Last night we had our first Maryland style crab cake.
Mm.
And I can say that because our hosts that we're staying with, they made it. So like an actual Marylander? Is that it? Marylander? Okay. An actual Marylander made this crab cake, and I grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina, on the water, and I've never had a crab cake like that before. It was like the crab cakes we had growing up were like half breadcrumb, half crab.
And like deep fried with tartar sauce,
course.
it's like mostly. Do y'all even eat tartar sauce up here? Like in the South, it's just like mayonnaise based everything. This was so fresh and like just crab. It was so good.
Yeah,
it was so
that
good.
had to have cost like $100 just for one.
I know. It was so amazing. It was so good. So we got to do that last night, and then yesterday, Austin went fishing on what is it called?
The Gunpowder River. I love to fly fish.
So he spent the day doing that, and
immediately when we pulled up to this venue, I saw that there was a fly shop beside it. I had no idea. Like, it's like a gun store and a fishing store. And I jumped out of the van. I was like, I've got to go to the store. She's like, we're here to play a show.
Like, it's closed. We need to go sound check.
Anyways.
We need to keep our priorities straight. But so far, we've had a really great Maryland experience. That's the moral of the story. Today is my Nana's birthday, and my Nana is my dad's mom. And she actually had my dad when she was a sophomore in high school. And I, like, every time I say that, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what would it be like to be 15 and have a child, you know?
If I brushed my teeth when I was 15, I was doing good.
That was like, we were doing well at that point.
Yeah.
So my Nana is one of the most humble, like, meek, understated people you will ever meet. I mean, she is just so country, so like small town, but she is really, really resilient, and she doesn't really understand like how special she is. So we wrote a song a couple years ago about her life and about being a teenage mom back in the early 60s working on a tobacco farm. And we're going to play it for you now in honor of her birthday. It's called Old and Blue.
We don't ever know if a banjo can really be tuned, but we'll try.
Pretty good. It's fine. It's really fine.
Driving in your car in a summer days, we would write our names in the windows of the fog we made. Down Highway 62 with those cotton candy skies, it all came crashing down with those two little lines. A baby at 15 and I was anything but grown. My wedding dress was blue and we married in the home of his family that I tried to please. And while the call of my youth was tugging at my sleeve, 'cause time keeps turning still. Old houses burning, others built, and I'll be old and blue. Well, those were the days when there's nothing more I dread than all the hallway looks and the way they turn their heads. So I left my school for the tobacco farm. I was picking weeds and weeding friends with a baby on my arm. 'Cause time keeps turning still. Old houses burning, others built, and I'll be old and blue. Well, I would tell my children that I wouldn't skin their hides if it happened to them. Then I would take their side. I'd tell all of them that we turned the page, and then I let them live their life while I sit back and age. 'Cause time keeps turning still. Old houses burning, others built, and I'll be old and blue. I will be an old lady keeping all my secrets locked up tight. How I love my kids like a mother and a friend. How I was so young I had to grow up with them. Yeah, time keeps turning still. Old houses burning, others built, and I'll be old and blue. I'll be old and blue. And I'll be old and blue. And I'll be old and blue.
Thank you.
I just realized how many songs we end with ooh. So sorry about that.
I think all 3 of the songs we just played are like that, so I promise not all of our songs end on that.
I don't think the next one does, luckily.
I don't, who knows? We'll see when we get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You guys will know how to sing the ending of every song with us. Just find the note and just ring it
Hey,
out.
just hang on.
So Sarah and I released our second full-length album in May of 2020. Best time to release new music. Thank you. Yeah. Everybody in the industry was like, whatever you do, don't release music in 2020. And we were like, the world needs new music in 2020. And so we
And
went.
also, we paid to record
Oh, yeah,
it
it
and
was
had
too
everything.
late.
It was too late.
Yeah, we had to. But we like to say it's because the world needed new music. And this is a song from that record. And honestly, it's probably the reason why I'm so glad that the record made it into the world during the pandemic. Just because it's a song about community and how important community is. Yeah. And, just because you have people in your life, it doesn't mean that hard times won't come. But we found that it means that it's a lot easier to go through those hard times when you have someone to go through them with, whether it's, a partner, a family member, or a brother, sister, whatever it might be. And that's what this tune's about. It's called Oxen. And it's good to be back in person, I have to
Yes.
say. It was really cool. For the first time we played a show, and the live stream was like the afterthought. It wasn't like the show. Like they're
Yeah.
live streaming this right now. And they're like, oh yeah, and we'll live stream it. Instead of like, we'll live stream it and maybe somebody will be there in person. So that's a
Yes.
nice turnaround.
Yes.
Ride into the dusty town, find yourself a pair of oxen that will take you where I have called you to go on down the line. If you tired, take some fruit from the vine. I have tasked you with more than you can bear. That's why you'll have to find a pair. Hitch 'em up, see how they pull. The yoke is easy, but the burden will be full. You find refuge. You find strength from the one beside you, helping to pull the weight. One day you'll be thankful for the grassy valley, clear bubbly water for you to take a drink. The beauty comes when the road gets rocky. The river There's strength in numbers, and we can share the load. Look over your shoulder, and there you'll find your hope. Her eyes tell me there is no place we can't go. Jump in the wagon and head on down the road. You'll find refuge. You'll find strength from the one beside you, helping pull the weight.
Thank you. Thanks, y'all. So, if you follow us on social media, you probably already know this, but if you don't, I'll give you a little inside scoop into our life at home. Austin and I live in very, very rural central North Carolina, and we in Chatham County, hence the name, Chatham County, North Carolina, which used to be famous for rabbits that people would come and hunt. They were just like wild rabbits. So that's how we got our name. But we live in rural Chatham County on a little piece of land. And the beginning of the pandemic, we started with a dog and a cat. And then, you know, as one does, we all got our new hobbies during the pandemic. And mine became like resident animal rescue.
Worst hobby you could ever ask for.
So now we have 3 horses and 2 cows and like a bunch of
We
chickens.
don't have anything.
You know, when somebody posts on Facebook, like I have this chicken who's missing her beak, like she needs a home. Like, what are you to do? You need to go.
You're to say that chicken obviously needs to be made into a chicken sandwich.
No, she came to live with us. And yeah, so we have a little zoo
I'm glad
now.
y'all are laughing. It's pretty funny, isn't it?
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
We have a little zoo now, and that's how I grew up. So I've always really loved animals, and when we travel, I miss them a lot. And so I wanted to figure out a way to write a song about horses specifically so I could kind of bring this obsession with me on the road. Are any of y'all horse people? Are there some horse people here? Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah. So this next tune we're going to play for y'all is one I wrote to accomplish that task, and it is about the Kentucky Pack Horse Library, which was a program that Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt started in the Great Depression to pay women and their horses to deliver books on horseback to kids in the Appalachian Mountains that were in hard
This
to
is
reach.
Sarah's dream job. If there's anything harder, if there's one career harder than being a musician, it's a horseback librarian.
Be amazing. I'm so here for it.
Do it.
Do it, yes.
Do it.
Well, I have 3 geriatric horses at home that can help me.
Reese Witherspoon is about to make a movie about the Kentucky Pack Horse Library. So all the horses will be worth it if I get to meet her. So I'll just...
All right, y'all, this song's called Abigail. I left my homeland with a song on my lips. Roosevelt told me that I could get a job with horses. Well, I'd always been one of the herd in my own mare. I did tame
floundered in the field. And I wrapped it with herbs like the old timer said, and she began to heal. And I said, come every dear, read your books on your side, balance you out in the steady alright. And I set out down the tomahawk trail to deliver the books on Abigail. Well, we took those books into towns and hollers every day, just to give those folks a place to go and a chance to get away. And though I was a book lady, I never did learn to read, but I was smarter than the mountains were rough, 'cause I had Abby next to me. And I said, come every dear, read your books on each side, balance you out in the steady alright. Oh, and I set out down the tomahawk trail to deliver the books on Abigail. Yeah, I set out down the tomahawk trail to deliver the books on Abigail.
Thank you.
So I mentioned that we released our second full-length album in May of 2020, and we're happy to announce that our third full-length album will be out June 3rd of this year. And the first single from that record just came out yesterday. And so we figured we'd play that one for y'all now. And it's a really special song to us. So during the pandemic, a lot of fans reached out to us and they were like, okay, obviously all of your touring got canceled. Like, we really want to do something to help you. And it was a real blessing. This couple, Sam and Risa are their names. They're kind of like our tour parents in Charlotte. Everywhere around the country now, we're like adopting these like tour parents.
Yeah, we need some Easton, Maryland tour
Yeah, yeah.
parents. So if any of y'all are like have a guest room,
Let us know.
let
We
us
will
know.
actually be there. So
That's how we found the people in Baltimore that we're staying with. We would legit, like, they came to one of our shows in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, and we're like, hey, like, let us know if you have a guest room. Sure enough, here we
see,
are.
in the South, everyone's really no one. I really appreciate this about people up here. You say things and you mean them. They're very direct, right? In the South, you don't know what the heck people are thinking, you know? Exactly, right? And so, yeah, we'll be like, somebody in the South will come up to the East like, your show was so awesome, honey. We got a guest house in the mountains. You're welcome to come anytime. And we'll look at our calendar and be like, how about next week? And they're
we're
like, oh, we didn't mean that. So anyways, that's a tangent. So Sam and Risa, this couple, they reached out to us, and Risa, the wife, said, can I pay you to write a song for my husband Sam's birthday? We were like, yeah, that would be awesome. You know, we always need a inspiration to write new songs.
and we need the money. So.
Exactly. Exactly. And so we were like, okay, let's interview Risa and gather some information about Sam for the song. So we interviewed Risa, and she had this long list of things she loved about Sam. But there was this one thing that stuck out, and at first it was kind of strange. Like, we were like, I don't know what to think about this. And then we thought about it more, and it hit us how incredible this was about Sam. They have one granddaughter. Her name's Eleanor. She's like 4 years old. And Risa said, I really love that Sam never tells our granddaughter Eleanor that she's pretty or cute, and says things like she's capable and can do anything she sets her mind to, and just, you know, focuses on really who she is as a person and not what she looks like. And I don't know, from a grandfather's perspective, we thought that was a really neat, especially in this day and age with Instagram and everything else. So this is our little song from Eleanor's perspective when she grows up. It's called You Never Told Me I Was Pretty.
This song is my letter to you when you're old and gray. Well, I hope you'll be around to see that I've turned out okay. You've already done your part when you told me I was smart. You never told me I was pretty. That's alright by me. But I heard it my whole life. You had my heart in mind. Maybe you could see that I had the grandest dreams. Because of you, I look in the mirror and I believe you made me feel so safe when you told me I was brave. But you never told me I was pretty. That's alright by me. And I heard it my whole life. You had my heart in mind. Maybe you would wish that I had just stayed young. I would come around a little more often, be a little less high strung. You held me till I was grown. Now I hold my own. You never told me I was pretty. That's alright by me. And I heard it my whole life. You had my heart in mind. And all of your words, my little ears heard. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. So, we did a lot of custom songwriting during the pandemic, and really the main thing though that we did besides, and also the animal thing, besides all of that, the thing that really took up like 90% of our time during the pandemic was we started something that we called the Stay at Home Tour. So on March 3rd of 2020, we were like gearing up to release the second album. We had tons of festivals, like life was looking great for us. And we decided that we needed to buy a new tour van to fit all the people we were going to be traveling with for summer 2020. So March 3rd of 2020, we fly out to Las Vegas.
It's like buying a beach house in 2007.
It was so bad. We bought a Mercedes Sprinter van that could fit 9 people, put, down payment down. Like we did the whole financing thing, did all the stuff. We're driving back across the country, playing shows along the way, and of course, got the news that everything on our calendar was wiped clean. And we were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? So when we should not have been buying anything else, we bought some solar panels and we put them on top of the van. Austin figured out how to power our sound system with the solar panels. And then we posted on social media. We said, like,
And a
hey,
flat
oh,
trailer.
and we bought a trailer. That was the other thing. We posted on social media that we would come to your neighborhood and we would play on a flatbed trailer in your cul-de-sac or like in front of your front porch. And
We were like a music.
yeah, like musical food truck.
That's the best way to describe it.
And we put it out there and we were like, okay, if we can just get like 20 neighborhoods over the course of the next couple months, like we will be able to make our mortgage and like everything will be fine. Our email basically broke with all of the submissions that we got. So in 2020, we played 194 different neighborhoods, which was bananas. And it was a great experience. And it just led us to, it held us over to where we are now. And I'll let Austin do the rest of the introduction for this song, but the Stay at Home tour has a piece in this song.
Yeah, this song came out of an experience we had while we were on the tour. We were playing in Durham, North Carolina. If anyone knows where that is, it's like right in the center of the state of North Carolina. And there's this very like historic downtown area. And we were playing in that neighborhood. And, we're playing for tons of people that otherwise really didn't have a choice to hear us. We showed up and we were like the Jehovah's Witness of musicians. We showed up, you heard us, you had to make a choice right then and there.
Like you didn't have to come out of your house and like listen or tip us or anything, but like
you were gonna hear it.
You were gonna hear it, yeah.
And there was this lady in the neighborhood we were playing, and she heard our music, but we didn't get to meet her at the show or anything. But we got an email from her afterwards, like a few weeks later, and she said, "Hey, my husband passed away, and I really would love for Chatham Rabbits to come play at his funeral. It's COVID times; it'll be really intimate and outside and all this stuff." And because we didn't have a lot going on at the time, we were like, yeah, let's do this for this lady and her family. And so, honestly, we were just excited to go to Durham from, we live in the middle of nowhere. Durham's a big city. We're like, where are we going to eat afterwards? We're thinking about all those things. And really not mourning this man. We didn't know him. We had no idea who he was.
Treating it like a job.
Just treating it like a job. Yeah. And so we go to the service. It's like a 95-degree North Carolina day. Just gorgeous in this historic cemetery. He was a military man. His casket was draped in the flag. It was just like picturesque. And so like halfway through the service, I looked over at Sarah and we were both crying, which never happens for me. Sarah cries every day. I basically never cry. And I was like, how is it that we're mourning this man that we never met before? And I think in that moment, it kind of just dawned on us, like when things are boiled down at the end of life and there's that eulogy moment, it's pretty simple to get to who the essence of somebody really is. That person's honorable and they have integrity and they loved their kids and all these things. And, it made me think if we were maybe at our own funerals, and heard what people had to say, we would spend less time thinking about all the little things in life and just worry about those eulogy moments and being a better person. So that's what this tune's about. It's called Flies at Our Funeral. I put on my bolo tie and black pants to say farewell to a friend I never met. We were hired to sing Amazing Grace before they laid you in the grave. In the car on the way to your service, we were cutting up and having ourselves some fun. By the end, I noticed I was crying the words spoken by your grandson. If we could be flies at our funeral, we'd know in the end we'd be okay. When it's summed up in 15 minutes, all the hard times fade away. I'm gonna live like today is my last day. When I walk in sweet by and by. I'll remember the flight. Like a speech given by a great leader, I was nodding along to every single word. Your wife said you were a man of honor, and your son put his arm around her. Then I remembered the test I took in grade school and thinking my future was on the line. When I was 12, I flipped the bird to my neighbor, and my dad made me go and apologize. If we could be flies at our funeral, you know in the end we'd be okay. When it's summed up in 15 minutes, all the hard times fade away. Today is my last day. When I walk in, sweet by and by, I'll remember the flight.
I know I don't expect, if you already knew who we were coming here tonight, I don't expect you to know any of our songs, but if anybody has a song that they like really want to hear, a Chatham Rabbits song, please feel free to shout it out and we'll do our best to play it for you. Which key are we doing? E flat? Okay.
All right, we'll take a little break from the heavy-hearted subject matter.
This is an emotional roller coaster.
Play you a fun one. This is one that I wrote a long time ago, back when we first started Chatham Rabbits. Like I said, I grew up in Wilmington. Has anybody been to Wilmington before?
Oh,
Wilmingtons
wow.
are really... No, oh, I'm
North
sorry.
Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. I
gotta
totally
be
forgot about that.
specific.
Okay, cool. Well, Wilmington, for those of y'all who don't know, is a very it's like a little sub-region of California. Came to North Carolina. I feel like it's just a very surfer kind of town, and Bridesville Beach, yeah.
Yes.
Is there?
Well,
Oh my goodness.
You
I
gotta
haven't
be
been there.
specific when you ask people.
I know,
Have they been
I
to
know.
Wilmington?
I loved growing up there, but I never felt that connected to the beach. I always felt more connected to the mountains. Obviously, the fly fishing, that sort of thing. I sunburn really easily, and I don't really care for sand. So this is just kind of a fun tune that I wrote about how much I love the Blue Ridge Mountains. And creatively, I named it Blue Ridge Mountain Home. Trees get undressed, and the sun, it hides behind the cold. You can find my darling dancing beside burning fireplace coal. Her calico turns to leather, Appalachian maiden fair. Her skin turns from gold to porcelain, and I know back home. You can't keep warm with the pot
We should do Hinges though. Oh, Austin. Oh, we have a request or a love note, or I don't know, what is this? Austin, do you have a secret admirer?
Sarah is really hot. What? Oh, we have someone offering their guest.
Okay, we are all set up for tonight. However, I hope this is not our first and last time that we play here in Easton. So next time, send us an email, hello@chathamrabbits.com.
If you offer your guest house, you get a free album.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, we're gonna have 20 guest houses.
I know, seriously, we really will take you up on it. My absolute favorite thing about playing music for a living is meeting people. We have developed so many cool friendships.
She'll plan your baby shower.
I will somehow get in your bridal party. I will become a bridesmaid. Like, I just love it so much. So thank you. That's great.
Where did you play in Baltimore?
We played, it was actually in Ruxton. Does this sound familiar? It was a little venue called Stages Music Arts. And it's like a listening room and a music school. And it was this is cooler. Let's just put it that way. This is way cooler.
They didn't have a bar, so.
Yeah. But it was really fun. And then this is only day 2 of a very long tour that we're on. So if you have friends in Portsmouth or New Haven or Manhattan, please tell them about us. We're going to be gone for the next 3 weeks playing shows on the Northeast. And the other piece of news I should tell y'all before I forget, this past year, Austin and I, we were approached by PBS to do a reality show about our life, which is really funny.
It's been a blast,
That's sarcasm. It's been a blast for me because I love being the center of attention. Austin does not. So it
was all fun and games till the cameras got mounted in our tour van.
Yes.
And then the fun and games were over.
But it airs on PBS North Carolina on May 7th, and it will also be streaming everywhere, like through your smart TV, Roku, Fire Stick, Apple TV, however you like to stream shows. And it's called On the Road with Chatham Rabbits. So May 7th, mark your calendar. Thank you. We're excited.
Yeah, if you want even more marital drama and horse drama and animal drama, boy, it's loaded with it.
All right, we're from North Carolina, so we have to have a Civil War ballad in our repertoire. This is one I wrote in college, and it is called Bugle Boy. It's about a bugle boy in the Civil War who, when he grew up, he married this lady who was, I guess, much younger than him. So he was 12 when he fought, hypothetically, 12 when he was a bugle boy. Grew up, married this woman, and to me, this song is a lot about how people that are taking care of other people that have been through traumatic things, like also can suffer too and have some repercussions from that. And so I've been thinking a lot about that with what's going on in Ukraine, and not, it's not just the people like on the ground there. It's like it's a ripple effect of crappy stuff. So this is Bugle Boy.
We took a quick break from the serious stuff.
we're
Back to it now.
Feds on the hill, they saw the boys red and wine. I spent my days trying to heal him, carried his burden all my life, and I hope that tomorrow that gray won't rule my mind. My husband said Ned's voice was so clear, it was the purest you would ever get to hear a tone that would never get to change, would hit you harder than Fed's cannonade. When Ned died, my husband went wild. He lost himself while the army lost a child. And he wore Ned's things to the Petersburg campaign and carried that bugle right into his grave. And I spent my days trying to heal him, carried his burden all my life, and I hope that tomorrow that gray won't rule my mind. I'm too old to lie, I'm too vain to need. Talk's the only pleasure that is left for me. My husband's vet from the war between the states has left me with too much on my plate. And I spend my days trying to heal him, carried his burden all my life, and I hope that tomorrow that gray won't rule my mind. And I hope that tomorrow that gray won't rule my mind.
Thank you. Thank y'all so much.
Y'all ready for song number 2 about Sarah's overcommitting problem? Here we go.
This is it. This is the first song that I brought to Chatham Rabbits, and so I wrote it pre-Austin, BA, before Austin.
Nice.
And when I was a full-time student in college, also in a full-time band, and I was just running myself into the ground by overcommitting and making poor decisions, and that's what this song's about. It's called Chattanooga.
1, 2.
Chattanooga. All right.
Sorry. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I moved to Chattanooga 'cause I thought I could hide. And then you chased me down the highway, and I drove for my life, Lord, drove for my life, Lord, I drove for my life. Well, I know my daddy lives there, but it's been a while since I have seen his face. I felt that crooked smile, Lord, crooked smile, Lord, that crooked smile. Yeah. So I moved 2 states over and a little to the right, to a city that don't sleep, so I could stay up all night. I would stay up all night. I would
do y'all think about Sarah on that banjo?
Very cute, Austin.
Brownie points.
It's my birthday tomorrow, so he's trying to be like really nice. Because you didn't get me a present, did you?
I did.
Oh, okay. So I moved to Surrey County because I thought I could hide from the ones that I did wrong. Ain't the one that took his life, or one that took his life, or the one that took his life. Then I moved to Chattanooga because I thought I could hide. Then you chased me down the highway and I drove for my life, Lord, drove for my life, Lord, I drove for my life. Thank you, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
We got a couple more songs for y'all. Thank you so much for coming out. And we know, thank you. We know how tempting it is to sit at home and watch Netflix. So we really appreciate you guys spending your hard-earned money and just your time to come out here. It means the world. And, when during COVID, we were like, we're never going to take this for granted again. And so far we haven't. So thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. This is a tune that I wrote after an experience in my parents' house, kind of like the first time I revisited my childhood home as an adult, my first job, graduated college. And I had an experience where I noticed some things that growing up I didn't think were weird, but as an adult, now that I had my own house, I was like, this is strange, And one of those things happened in a kind of a vulnerable place. It's a little bit of a TMI situation. I was using the restroom at my parents' house in their bathroom, and I noticed that there's this candle that was in there that's never been lit before. It's been there since before I was born. It's just like a decorative candle. I don't know if people up here do this, but in the South, that's like a thing that Southern women do, is buy decorative candles, and then they never light them. They're just there, And
Does this sound familiar?
does anyone have one of these? No,
Okay, when we play this song in the
Yeah.
South, people these ladies, these
they're
Southern,
like, oh Lord, I got 10
I
of
got a
those
whole
in my-"
closet
Yeah.
from the Bath and Body Works semi-annual sale, and I'm like, oh my Lord. Okay, this is good for us to know.
Yeah. So you guys can't relate, but that's what happened. Oh, there you go.
Getting it. Okay, noted.
But I was sitting there and I was looking at this candle, and at the time, Sarah and I were really deciding whether or not we were going to quit our jobs to do this full time. This was 4 years ago, and I was a financial planner. Sarah was a full-time teacher. And for some reason, I looked at this candle and I was like, I am living like this candle. And so many people do, right? Because a candle is literally meant to be burned. You can't argue that. That's what it's designed to do. And, whether it's leaving your job and trying something totally new or something small, like starting a garden for the first time or eating your first Maryland-style crab cake, whatever it might be, we hope with what we do that we inspire people to do what they're meant to do, whatever that looks like. And this is our song about getting lit. I really need to do a TED Talk about that candle,
Yeah.
Monetize it somehow. This is our song called Hinges. 1, 2, 3. Like an unburned candle, you're a piece of art. It's time to light the flame and let it melt your heart. What good is potential without a force to move? I promise not to hurt you and leave you black and blue. I wanna come to your house and track my dirt behind, so everybody knows that you are mine. Mud in the hallway, cobwebs on the door, means that we have time to make love even more. Let this old house fall to pieces. the hinges creak and the door. We'll spend half our life sleeping in the dark. Make this whole world better. Be sure to leave your mark. Let's ride into the sunset. Leave the green behind. We can find more somewhere further on down the line. Let this old house fall to pieces. Let the rain drip in the pan. Let the dust settle on the hard pine floor. Let the hinges creak and the door. Don't move a muscle unless it's north to south. Say yes to me, darling, and kiss my dirty mouth. I promise I will show you a world that's sure to please and cut the ties that hold you back. Feel the sweet release. Let this old house fall to pieces. Let the rain drip in the pan. Let the dust settle on the hard pine floor. Let the hinges creak and the door. Let this old house fall to pieces.
Thanks, y'all. We're gonna play another tune for y'all, and then we're gonna be hanging around. We've got some merch that we would love to show you out in the lobby area. We also have a mailing list, and if you sign up, you get a free sticker. That's exciting. You can follow us also on Instagram or Facebook. It's just Chatham_Rabbits. And we also have a fan club that you can join. You just visit our website, and there's different tiers and there's different perks. And one of the perks is we'll come to your house and do a private concert for you. So we could route that next time we come up to Easton. Am I forgetting anything else? I don't think so. Mostly just thank you for coming out tonight. And thank you so much to the folks at the Avalon Foundation. This is really amazing.
That tune, You Never Told Me I Was Pretty, the full band version just came out on Spotify and iTunes and everywhere yesterday. So be sure to check that out as well. And if you know anyone in North Carolina, we're doing a whole album release tour with our full band for that record. So should be a good time. And this song that we're going to end with is the only song that we didn't write that we've ever recorded. We liked it so much. It's an old Flat and Scruggs tune from the early 1960s, and it's kind of just become our life motto, would you say? And it's called The Good Things Outweigh the Bad. Ready?
I've been sitting here thinking back over my life and all of the good things and the trouble and the strife and my share of heartache, all the many I've had, but I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Well, I rock my babies at night when they cry, and I see their teardrops turn into smiles, and that's when I realize all the bad luck still think the good things outweigh the bad. Well, I rock my babies at night when they cry, and I see their teardrops turn into smiles, and that's when I realized all the bad luck I've had. But I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, I still think the good things outweigh the bad. Thank y'all so much. Are we gonna hear it back? Yeah? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm gonna go. That time, like, where have
Sing along.
Okay,
We're
sing
hearing a
along.
lot of sing alongs.
I'm hearing. Okay, wait. Raise your hand. if you want- Wait, some people are not voting. I'm really feeling sing along. That's what it seems like. More people want that. Okay.
We assume everybody knows this song in the South, but I think y'all are gonna know it up here too, right?
Yeah. I mean, they might know.
Yeah, that's a better one.
I think they're gonna. We're like, okay, which song are they gonna know?
There's one lady that's been wanting to sing along all night. Where is she? That is amazing. I love it. I love it. I know it's tight in here, but you're allowed to get up and dance too if you can find room.
All right, here we go.
2, 3.
That some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to my home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away.
Here we go.
I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. By and by, I'll fly away. And oh, how glad and happy when we meet. I'll fly away, and I have no more cold iron shackles on my feet. I'll fly away. Oh, I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning, oh, when I die. By and by, I'll fly away.
Y'all sounded great.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you guys.